Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation, Joachim, teach all truth and sincerity. This video is going to be called All Is Vanity. This topic came to my mind when I was at our brother's house. So I decided to do a video on it. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 13. It says, and this is King Solomon speaking right here. It says, I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath Yahweh given to the sons of men to be exercised therewith. So, King Solomon basically searched out all the things that that he was doing. Like he had 1,000 women. He had all the riches. He had everything at his disposal. But he considered that vanity, basically. Verse 14 says, I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. King Solomon had everything, but he considered what he had and what he had what he had in general, vanity, vexation of spirit. Because anything you get on this side, you have a wife, you can have children, you can have all the things that you can have all the things that you need, and all the things that you're satisfied with, but all this stuff is going to basically pass away, be destroyed, and it's all vanity and vexation of spirit. I read verse 14. It says, I have seen all the works that Salaki. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity, vexation of spirit. Verse 15 says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And basically, you can't make something that was crooked straight. It says, verse 16, I communed with my own heart, saying, lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yeah, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. Because King Solomon was the wisest king on earth, because there's no wise king that came after him. He was the wisest man that ever lived. He followed the law, statutes, commandments, to the best of his ability in this flesh, but he was in these chains of darkness as I, and as some of you brothers, are. And he had everything. Our people were all together, all 12 tribes. We had rulership over the entire earth, and King Solomon was our king, and he experienced wisdom and knowledge. He experienced everything at that time that he could experience, but all he considered all vanity and vexation of spirit. Verse 17, and I gave my heart to know knowledge, and The Hebrew word for heart is lab, which is your mind. So he gave his mind to know wisdom and knowledge, to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation spirit. Because King Solomon, he you know, had wisdom, knowledge, understanding, but he did in his old, life, when he became older, he did go off and indulged in madness and folly, and his heart was not as, what's the word, Falaki, what's the word? His heart was not like King David's heart towards Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but King Solomon, he was the wisest king on earth, and he considered all the things that he had vanity, vexation, spirit. Verse 18, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. And this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and much wisdom we gain is going to be much grief, like it says in scripture, it's better to be in house of mourning than in the house of feasting. It's sorrow makes the heart, I'm butchering it, but anyway, it's better to be, like, more knowledge we get, we're going to experience grief and sorrow, So my next scripture I'm gonna get is Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. This is Ecclesiastes 2 verse 1. It says, I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity. So even the things we enjoy, the pleasurable things in this society, is all vanity and vexation spirit. It says, verse 2, I said of laughter, it is mad, of mirth, what doeth it? I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was good for the sons of men, which they should do under the sun all the days of their life. It says, I made me great works. I built me houses. I planted me vineyards. I made me gardens and orchards. I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruit. I made me pools of water to water therewith, and to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maids, and had servants born in my house. Also I have great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, the particular treasures of kings and of the provinces. I got me men singers and women singers, and the light of the sons of men, as musical instruments, that all sorts. So I was great and increased more than all were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. So basically, King Solomon did all these great things when he was ruling. But in verse 10 and 11 says, verse 10 says, and whatsoever my eyes desire, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. It says, then I looked at all the works that my hand had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do. Behold, all was vanity and vexation spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Because basically, like it says in Micah, all you things that you accomplish on this side, all the things that you labor to do, like I was explaining a little earlier, like you having a family, you building a house, you building all that stuff is vanity, vexation of spirit. You can have those things, you can, acquire those things, but the end of all that stuff is gonna basically pass away and there'll be no more. And you'll get something better than what you got here. I'm gonna go to Micah 2 verse 10. Micah 2 and verse 10. Because in the kingdom, we're going to have way better houses, way better wives, way better children, clean air, a lot of land, more houses, more palaces. We're going to have everything brought back to us in a better way. This is Micah 2 and verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction." Because this place, you gotta arise mentally and spiritually from this world, because this place can destroy you. If your mind is up in this world, and your mind's not on your how about Shin you're gonna get destroyed. And because the fashions of this world is passing away, and in the kingdom, we're not going to this polluted world is mind state is not going to be in the kingdom. My last scripture I'm going to get is Hebrews 13 and 14, and I'm going to end it. It's Hebrews 13:14. It says, "For here we have no continuous city, or we seek one to come." So here we don't have a continuous city. This place is not. We're not expecting for this place to last forever. We're looking for Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, coming down from out the chariots from heaven. We're looking for that city, that golden city. That's what we're looking for. We're not. Our mind is not on this wicked kingdom, this wicked queendom Esau is ruling in. We're looking for a new heaven and new earth, where dwelleth righteousness. I'm going to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashin, Yahshua, Bashin, Kakadas, double honors to elder apostles, great millstone, and citation you all can teach all true sincerity and shalom.